This is a magnetic battery pack. It's pretty slim. It also has buttons and switches next to an OLED display. This on top of 64 gigs of storage that's also next to 2 inbuilt microphones, all of this so you can use this brilliant little device as an audio recorder, but with one big difference. It will transcribe everything you capture into ChatGPT, giving you perfectly organized notes, summarizations, mind maps, and translations from any meeting, lecture, class, phone call, and the possibilities are endless. This is the Chime Note X. The company behind it are touting it as the ultimate productivity machine, and I can see why. If you ever find yourself taking notes whilst listening to someone speaking, or try to remember what happened or what was said in a meeting, or even if you take traditional audio recordings in any of these situations, then this little device is almost a no-brainer. So to demo what this thing can do, I found a public Zoom meeting that apparently a lot of people use to pretend they're working. No comment. I hit the record button on the back of the Chime Note X.
Hi, this is Eric Johnson. It's February 18th, 2021, and this is the engineering key review at GitLab.
It then records and transcribes the entire meeting. And naturally, in this meeting, there was a lot of technical jargon. There was a lot of people tripping over their words, speaking over each other, restarting their thoughts in the middle of a sentence.
Lily, can you confirm Sid's reasoning? That's Sid's reasoning is my understanding as well. So where it gets goofy is
and yeah, after the recording is captured, the Chime Note X is able to transcribe the entire meeting, understand the context of what was being talked about, understand the themes of the conversation, identify when different people are speaking and their roles within the context of the conversations, then organize the entire meeting into notes with automatic summarizations, key points, to-do lists, mind mapping, and even translation if there's another language as well. So all I have to do is click summarize on the app and I get a nice breakdown of each stage of the meeting, highlighting the main points from each topic, the discussions and the conclusions from those topics that include both positive and negative outcomes, as well as any other vital information. So one of the summarizations in the middle of the meeting says, the team discusses the decline in the SUS score and attributes it to increased vacation days in January. They expect a rebound in February with fewer vacation days. Now, if I want even more detail, but I still want it to be laid out into a neat and organized fashion, I can click on the meeting notes, which gives a more in-depth look at the meeting that I can refer back to, plus I always have the original transcript to look back on. But I think the thing that impressed me most was its ability to accurately capture what was being said when sometimes people were mumbling and there was a lot of conversational crossover. I think that is the smart bit, and it's the bit where I expected it to fail, and it didn't. I also tried the Chime Note X with a lecture. I found a TED Talk discussing future superpowers in global politics. It was genuinely interesting, and I found myself thinking that if I was a student, instead of writing down notes, I could actually sit back and concentrate fully on what the lecturer is saying whilst the note-taking is automated.
The United States increasingly didn't want to be the world's policeman, or the architect of global trade, or even the cheerleader for global values.
And again, everything was transcribed and organized brilliantly. And if I just switch to the automatic summarization, we can get quick snaps of the major parts of the lecture. Russia is in decline and feels excluded from Western institutions, causing tension. China's integration into global US-led institutions has not made it conform to American values, creating discomfort for the United States. Globalization has left many citizens feeling left behind in wealthy democracies, and it goes on to say how the digital order will be controlled by technology companies, and etc. And the sky is the limit, right, for all of the scenarios you could use this in. I logged an extremely long 2016 speech by Barack Obama, 40 minutes of speech into an easy to understand set of notes, which for a journalist, I guess would be amazing. And you still had the full transcript to go over if you ever need it for reference. But possibly even more useful is that you can retranscribe this entire speech into over 107 languages. So obviously you've got all the world's most spoken languages and even variations of each. So I just go down here and choose Norwegian, and then the whole speech will be retranscribed and noted in Norwegian. Now, if you also want live translation while you record, you can hit the simultaneous interpretation feature. Then choose your language and it will translate everything live and in the moment, which could be very useful in a lot of different scenarios when you need that instant translation. There is also an interview scenario that I thought I would check out. Again, it could be used for journalists, but also job interviews if you're interviewing a lot of different candidates and want a record of what they said. And I was actually interested to see if this would properly separate the interviewer from the interviewee. What inspired you to become a clown?
I've always been drawn to bringing joy and laughter to people. I often incorporate elements of empathy. A clown must be able to engage. A good clown also needs to be physically agile.
Just for the record, that was not a real clown, and the interview feature worked flawlessly, completely separating both interviewee and interviewer to make a perfect transcript, as well as accompanying notes and summarizations. The actual hardware is pretty convenient to carry with you. It snaps right onto the back of your phone with magnets, just like MagSafe. If you want to use the Chime's power supply, just press the charge button and it will start charging your smartphone. It also has an instant record button, so in one click you can just start recording a meeting or a class without having to go into your phone or start some sort of complex process. As well as an on and off toggle, we also have a small OLED display that provides a visual overview of the memory and the battery usage, as well as to remind you when you're recording and when you're not. There's a quick charging USB-C port at the top, as well as 2 integrated microphones. The device is slim at only 0.31 inches and has a 3000 mAh battery. It's pretty seamless, it's pretty light, and having the battery pack available to recharge your phone is a really nice touch. It also looks nice and subtle. It has a leather-like finish, although it is made out of plastic. You can also buy these leather cases to accompany it if you want a little more subtlety when carrying around the device. It also comes with 64 gigs of internal storage and the ability to save up to 48 hours of audio files that are encrypted and stored in Google Cloud. Pricing on Kickstarter starts at $79, and I'll put all the links down below so you can check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching to the end, and if you did, a sub to the channel would be amazing, and a like on this video would really help me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Good.
I need some help. I can't connect my computer to Wi-Fi. I don't know how to do it.
Okay, so I suppose you're using your MacBook, right?
Yeah, my MacBook.
Okay, now look at your screen and look for a wave in your top right corner next to the date. There should be an icon that looks a little bit like a wave.
Okay, yes, I have it. Now what do I do?
Yeah, so press on it and then you should see the name of your Wi-Fi.
What's the name of my Wi-Fi?
What names do you see?
I see Michael's iPhone 13 Pro and I see L and A5.
Okay, so then it should be L and A5, and I suppose you have the passcode, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the passcode is.
Well, to find the passcode, you would need to find the browser.
What's that?
It's a device that, emits the signal, the Wi-Fi signal, and it should be in the cupboard downstairs. So I think I told you about it.
Okay, I know where it is. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll go to the Wi-Fi router, and then what do I do?
Yeah, and the passcode should be written on the back of it. Don't forget your glasses because the letters and the numbers are quite small, so it might be difficult to see it. So write it down.
I don't wear glasses, I have perfect vision.
Okay, so write it down and then just go back to your computer, click on LNA 5, and then it will prompt you to enter the passcode. So just enter the passcode from the bottom of the box, and you should be good to go.
Okay, great. And then I can do all the wonderful things on my computer.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome.
Bye.